Welcome to Exceptional and Unfiltered. We're Alicia, Melissa, and Teresa, three moms living the real, messy, beautiful life of raising kids with special needs. We're so glad you're here. I'm feeling the vibes today.
Yeah.
We have our umbrellas.
I know. I don't know if you guys noticed.
But
set looks a little different today.
it does look a little different
It's
today.
Very vacation vibe. We have a vacation vibe.
We have a
going
vacation
here.
vibe.
Very colorful and light.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I think we all could use one. Use a nice vacation.
Well, we need it, I think, maybe more than the average person sometimes.
I believe so.
You know, we need
Yeah.
that break. We need some respite. So that's what we're talking
We
about
create
today.
our own risk.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is it. This is
This is it.
Sometimes we're just staring off
Yeah,
into space.
and that's our break.
And that is vacation.
That is vacation.
We just dress like that.
Yeah, this is just a normal day in our sitting in our living room when we just need a break.
Yeah. Oh, God, that's sad.
I know. But
It's a good idea, though.
it is a good idea.
We can pretend.
Yeah.
We'll pretend.
But today, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about actual vacations when we do
Yes.
leave our house and we're not just in our minds, you know, kind of daydreaming about it, and how that looks a little different for us and our kids and the planning process. We can start with that. You know.
Well, I was hoping you might have a lot to say because we didn't take vacations for a long time. It was just too hard.
Yeah.
And I was by myself. I was a single mom for a lot of his childhood, and so I just knew I couldn't do it. I just knew I couldn't do it by myself, and to pack all the things we needed to pack. Okay, and you might be thinking like medical thing. No, I'm talking all the toys in our house.
He couldn't part with
needs
any of them. He needed them all.
All the SpongeBob's, all the Toy Story, and it doesn't matter how many bags are available. Like we'll go somewhere and be like, well, he needs another bag. I was like, do not give him another bag because he will fill that up too.
Yeah.
So point being, we needed to take our whole home.
So
You had
flying
the
was
little
not an
U-Haul
option, right?
Attached to your
oh,
vacation.
flying was not an
I
option.
mean, check bag number 12, check bag number 13.
It would cost a fortune.
Yeah.
It would cost a fortune, which we did not have. That's another reason we weren't on vacation.
Yeah.
But, as he got older and things changed a little bit, and I had, at that point I was married, so I had a little bit of help. And we started taking we still had to take everything.
Right.
And he did have supplements, like we'd pack a cooler because some of his supplements needed to be like live probiotics and stuff.
Yeah.
And things
so it'd
like
be
that.
temperature control.
All these things. And that was a little stressful.
Sure.
But
And getting somewhere and not having what you need.
Yeah.
I remember,
That's a bad feeling.
I remember like going to Florida to visit my grandma, and I'm like, okay, I had to make sure that I had diapers because I couldn't go into a store
that's another thing.
and get
Yeah.
that size.
Yeah.
You know, like these are special diapers that you have to order like through medical supply companies. So we had those. We had seizure meds that, you just couldn't pick up anywhere.
You can't feel them early.
You can't feel them
either.
early, yeah. So that's a fear, and then just like different like actual medical equipment that he has now. He has a cecostomy tube, so that's used to irrigate and flush his bowels. Well, I can't go just anywhere and get that, and he has to have that.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, I might forget sunscreen, I might forget a bathing suit, I might forget all of these things, which you can go pick up at a store, but you just have to make sure you don't forget those main things that you just can't handle.
Yeah.
Can't just grab.
We had the opposite experience from you, Teresa. Like, Zach travels better now.
He
I know
travels
that.
great
He
now.
loves
Yeah.
going
Great.
to- and Noah actually traveled better when he was little.
Really?
Yeah. So, and I think some of it was accessibility. Like,
Yeah.
even at the beach, like, he loved the beach when he was little. He don't as much anymore, but some of it is trying to get him to the beach. He gets frustrated. Whereas before, we could throw him over our shoulder and just
Same with
carry him down
Riker.
to the beach.
Yeah.
And we learned in an early episode that you did that for 3 years when you didn't
When
have
he-
to.
yeah.
He could walk
Yeah.
for 3
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
He did not let you in on that
Right.
secret.
Yeah. So I think he kind of did. He did a lot better then and maybe it was we did better.
Yeah.
Because have you ever tried to load a 100-pound person in one of the beach wagons or
Oh,
the beach?
and hope they have it available.
Yeah.
For one thing.
Yeah.
That's something that you have to think about when you're traveling is you have to look at accessibility.
Yeah.
Okay, so they say that there's a sidewalk or there's a wooden path or whatever to get to the beach, but can a wheelchair actually go on it or
Yeah.
I mean we've ran into that before, and then like Riker can walk, but it's very uneven surfaces that he struggles. Yeah, Noah too. And so like that thick sand at the top of the beach is really hard to navigate through, and then getting down to the water.
Yeah.
And you can't forget something because, like,
No.
And where are you going to change them
Yeah.
out of their wet
Oh,
clothes?
wow.
That's the worst, too, because there's nowhere. They're too big for a changing
Yeah.
table.
And what if it's a sensory thing, like
Mhm.
also with sand on them or something
Yeah.
like that? But I've not had to deal with that kind of issue.
Mhm.
His is where he has very little awareness of danger. It's more so now. Like everything's a lot better now. But then it was just like if he was in the ocean, he'd be like, "Just take me. Just I'll go
Let
with
go
you,
and let go.
ocean,
Yeah.
and be with
You're
yeah.
calling me.
Yeah.
Just like bowling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just take me.
Just take
I'll
me.
just go wherever the ocean leads
And he
me.
was
Yeah.
he's very mobile. Like he's, he doesn't have like physical limitations there. So
And he would
he
take
could just
off
take
running.
off.
Yeah, and he was an eloper.
yeah,
So that was like
That's
it just
terrifying.
scares me.
That's not a
That's
vacation
another
for you.
reason.
Yeah,
That's
it's not a
another
vacation
reason
for
we just stayed
you.
home for a long time.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're not able to relax because you're having to be on.
It would be way worse than the comforts of home.
Yeah.
Sure.
It would be more stressful to go on vacation than it would to stay home.
And I think other people that have not been through what we've been through don't understand. I've had so many people ask me, like, when we fly on trips, why are you not taking Noah? You're leaving him at home. Like, why would you not do that? So
Have
we
you
talk
ever
about
flown?
judgment,
Yeah.
that people give you. And sometimes I think it's just they don't understand. Like, there's no way Noah would ever be able to do a cruise, do an airplane.
What if you got stuck on that cruise and he hated it?
Yeah.
Oh
You're
my
stuck.
gosh.
See, and that's what I think about
Yeah.
airplanes too, because
Yeah.
you see stories of that where people
Mhm.
Can't fly or they've had to get off at other stops. Like we just would not be able to do that. So that's why sometimes people might think we leave him at home, but it's because that's best for
He
him.
prefers
sometimes.
that.
He prefers that. Yeah, because he would not be able to do that.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing I think that you wouldn't understand as just looking on.
Yeah.
Like Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook is so not.
Yeah.
It's
you
not
know,
all. It's not
the
all the
reality.
real
Yeah.
details and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I flew one time with Riker, and sometimes I've had like great experiences. But this one time, he's in his wheelchair and he can walk, but he wants to be sitting, in his wheelchair. Well, and I understand like the reasonings behind this and for safety for everybody else, but they got him out of his wheelchair. They're checking him, and he is livid. He is so upset. And once he gets upset, it's hours
Yeah.
of
Before you get
calming
him
back
back
down.
down.
And he's screaming and he's biting. And I've got my other two sons with me, and I'm just like, I'm trying not to cry. I'm trying to
Yeah.
keep it together. And I understand why they did that. And I think actually things have changed since the last time I flew with Riker. I
Yeah.
think there's more accommodations for people in a wheelchair, but that whole experience was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my kids were embarrassed too, and I understand that for them. Like they're like everybody's looking at them and either feeling bad for them or judging or who knows. But I felt bad for my kids
Yeah.
for Jake and Liam to have that going on,
Yeah.
going on vacation.
Yeah, and you were kind
You
of
know,
taking on all the emotions
everybody's
of all three
emotions.
boys and then your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
That's
mean,
hard.
so then we've got a whole plane, and we've got
Yeah.
that trip, and then the time off that plane, like to get our luggage and everything of just very
Transitions
unhappy.
can be difficult
Yeah.
Mhm.
off the plane
Yes.
to the late. You might get laid over. Not
You
that
can't
we've done
even
a lot of flying,
communicate.
but when we did, I can see
Yeah.
what it would be.
Right. You can't communicate all of that stuff. Like it's hard to explain to them,
Yeah.
what the next thing is going to happen or
Yeah.
the time, it's just hard. They're completely out of their routine.
Yes.
Yes, routine definitely.
Yes.
Because Noah does not like to sleep somewhere that's not his own bed.
Mm.
So to travel with him, like he's going to be up all night. He's not going to rest. He's not going to do those things because he likes his bed. So
Yeah.
even when we do
His
childcare,
comforts.
they have to come to my house
Yeah.
and watch him because
Yeah.
that's what he loves. And I know that was really hard for us. Like when my two older boys, they graduated. Speaking of graduation in our
Yeah.
earlier episode, so I wanted to do something really nice for them. I was a single mom, didn't have a lot of money, so we were like a cruise.
Yeah.
That was like the best bang for our buck. And we could not take Noah. So that was hard for us as a family because we wanted to enjoy this, but we knew that it was better for us to kind of, get over what we were feeling to make him comfortable at home and for him to be with his grandparents and enjoy that because he would have just
Those
not
are
only
tough
been miserable for him, but
decisions.
us,
Those are tough
Yeah.
decisions
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And Jake has said, my 18-year-old and my 12-year-old too, like sometimes they don't want to take Riker. And
Yeah.
sometimes that hurts me
Yeah.
when they say that. But I get it.
Mhm.
I get like that it can cause everybody stress. And I'm on edge. And
Yeah.
not always. It's gotten a lot better
And maybe
than it
they
used to
kind
be.
of
But
just want all of you too.
they do.
Oh yeah.
They
Yeah.
want some like one-on-one time,
Mhm.
and Jake's graduating this year too, and I'm taking him on a trip to Japan, just me and him, and I'm really happy for that, like to just make sure we have true quality time because I know what it's like.
Mhm.
We all do when you're on edge and you're afraid of if they don't have safety awareness, or Riker's melting down because of just anything.
He's
Something,
getting frisked on the plane.
he's getting frisked on the plane, or something's not settling.
That would upset anybody, but especially
yeah,
him.
yeah. So sometimes you have like those tough decisions to make, and I get it though.
How did they do in car drives? That's something we can't handle either, a long ride.
It was rough when again, better now, but I couldn't even drive 30 minutes to a store. I used to kind of live in the country, and just driving, I was like, and then there weren't so many, like, not that they would have DoorDashed where I was, but even the drive-through accessibility, that's, I guess, a different kind of accessibility.
Yeah.
He did not like to go in stores, so the car drive was a nightmare. He would get so upset that he would throw up. Like, he was, that kind of upset to where you're, So I'd be cleaning throw up out of the car.
All to go on vacation.
Yes.
To go
All
get some
to
rest.
go relax.
Yeah.
And you're like, clean and puke out of your car.
And then,
yay.
And it wasn't anything for somebody to see me beside the road clean and puke out of my car for a lot of years. And
well, Riker was in a diaper, I think, until 12 or 13. And he had a surgery that made a really big difference for him. But I mean, trying to change a big kid in the back of your car that's filled with luggage.
Yeah.
When you normally can use your trunk, like open up like the van or your SUV, it's now filled with luggage. So like, how are you gonna change that?
I miss the days
it's
when we
really
could stand them
full.
up in the back seat.
Oh yeah,
that was so easy.
that was a lot easier.
Vacation
Now
was
they're
so
big kids, and it makes it a little harder.
Zach was so attached to those toys, and if you lost one,
you did.
They cannot
remember when
let it go.
that happened to you?
What
and
did
your
you
friends?
lose?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you remember that. We did go on a vacation when I had a friend that went with me, one of my good friends, and her parents had a condo in Myrtle Beach. God bless her heart. That felt safe to me.
Yeah.
Because she was very helpful, and she understood about diapers and things like that. And so we pack up all the toys, because it's mainly toys, and we take them to Myrtle Beach. Well, things went pretty well, as well as they could, especially because she was very supportive. And then on the way back, Woody from Toy Story's head fell off.
Oh, no.
And
Woody was decapitated on vacation.
He screamed bloody murder. And we were looking for the next gas. We're like looking for super glue at the gas stations. So she's driving. I'm gluing his head back on, and it's not really working. He's still kind of like
gotta hold that, let it set.
And Zach's looking like, you better hurry. You better get that head back on that thing right now. And that's a lot of pressure.
Oh,
when
I'm
they're
sure.
like, my life depends on this, and you better get it done.
Yeah, and your vacation's about to get ruined if you don't fix this.
I find tie straps. We found tie straps. Finally, I got it tie strapped on.
Like zip ties?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Yes. So super glue tie strap. It still wasn't great, but it was fine.
But you got him on there.
We got
he probably looked a little rough.
Didn't you lose
janky.
SpongeBob?
He was janky.
I thought you lost SpongeBob one time in the ocean.
Oh,
You did that too.
let me just tell you. Yes.
SpongeBob belongs in the ocean.
He
Did
does,
you tell that
and
to
we,
Zach?
we played that in today.
Yeah.
Okay, so this has only been like last year.
Yeah.
This was last
pretty
summer.
recent.
So he and I went to the beach, and of course SpongeBob, he takes less, I will say now, but SpongeBob is a staple.
Very important.
So I'm like, Zach, and you can't tell him because he's just going to do it anyway. I'm like, Zach, if that goes in the ocean, we'll never see it again. And he's just like, well,
We're going.
That's what's happening. So, good. Sorry about you.
Yeah.
And,
You may be right, however.
however, I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So he loses it. And I'm like, Zach, you know what? That's where he lives.
He wanted to go home.
And we'll find another SpongeBob. So we leave. We're going to all the Dollar Trees because in case y'all need to know, Dollar Trees
have SpongeBob. Got it.
There's not a lot of Dollar Trees in that Wilmington area. It's more like a it's like more of a town, which is nice, but there's not many Dollar Trees either.
Not a lot of like chain
stores. So we didn't
stores.
find it. So I finally, and I wouldn't be able to do this when he was younger, but I was finally able to explain it. And let me tell you what wonderful friends we have. We came back, and this is one of his former teachers and another friend. We came back, and on our porch, they had gone to the Dollar Trees around here and got SpongeBob, Squidward. They even got a SpongeBob that had like goggles, like he'd been in the ocean.
That's great.
And they put it in like those little fish tanks that you carry.
Yes.
Filled it with water, put rocks in the bottom, all these things, and it was on our porch. And
that's the sweetest thing ever.
And he was
He
back.
came home.
Yes.
SpongeBob beat you home.
And that's what we said.
sweetest
SpongeBob
thing.
beat you home. He was like, and they told me they were going to do it, and that's another thing that helped is like, we told him that SpongeBob would be there when he got home.
Oh, good.
That's another thing that kind of helped.
Thank God for good friends like that.
They saved him
Wow.
behind.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know kind of what to expect anyway. You're trying to be as like prepared as you possibly can be to go on vacation, but then
I gotta
whatever
have
happens.
SpongeBob. Add it to the list. I need backup SpongeBobs.
Yeah, backup SpongeBobs, or had like a medical emergency while you're driving down the road.
Yeah.
Riker's had a seizure before while we're driving, and so you're in an area that you don't know, that you're not
Or maybe
familiar
there's
with.
nothing there at
Yeah,
all.
and you're like trying to figure out how to pull over or what to do. So that's scary, or having to go to an ER or anything not here.
Yeah.
Where people don't know your kids.
Just like their home is safe, this area is safe.
It's safe for us
Yeah.
as caregivers.
Mhm.
There's just a lot.
Yeah.
And I remember going to like a place, I don't know if it's the beach or wherever, but like a place with a pool, and there's like 12 gates just to get to the pool. And I'm like, I appreciate those gates once I'm in there, even though my kid can't run, but I appreciate them still.
Yeah.
But like trying to get through all of these gates with my two other young children they knew to be wild when I had Riker, because they're like, she can't catch me. Like, she's got Riker, she can't run. We
Right.
can. This is
Yeah.
a great time for us to run.
man.
Or let me act up, or let me do whatever, because
Mhm.
there's nothing mom can do. And Riker is also very, very sensitive to the tone in your voice. So if I were to fuss at one of the other kids, even
He
say
would
like
take it
no,
to
it just makes him mad. Like he doesn't even think that it's directed at him. He just doesn't want that tone at all from me.
Mm.
So they would act worse when I had Riker because they could.
Yeah.
And because I'm like,
Yeah.
I might be like, we're like signing it.
Yeah.
No.
The mom look.
Yeah.
And they're
You're
like,
in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
I'm going to do it anyway. So like behaviors for everybody
Oh.
was worse.
Yeah. And restaurant, when you go, I mean, that's the thing with Noah. He's not going to be happy waiting in line at a
No.
restaurant. Remember I told you buffet.
Or
He
amusement
is a
parks or
buffet.
anything.
Right.
Yeah.
The wait is,
They can't handle it.
yeah.
He's the most important customer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
Yes.
So like going to
Yeah.
Disney World or going to any of these places where, you're expected to wait in line, and you're expected to wait like with the sun beating down on you. And some places have good accommodations for that, and some don't,
Yeah.
But that's tricky. Or we talked in one of our other episodes, we've all shut pools down.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know.
we definitely should.
Yeah, we've all shut pools down, so
Yeah.
there's that, and that
Due to sanitary reasons.
I mean, like, y'all be fine, but okay, let's shut the pool down.
I can't help it. You got to drain the whole thing.
Yeah. But there's definitely fears. So we got the planning part, we've got the accessibility part, we've got the safety fear, not being in our own place, and like I think any mom would agree, whether you have a child with special needs or you don't. Vacation is for the kids. It's not for you.
No.
Like that's just not
And I
gonna
think
happen.
that's a given, like you said, for every mom.
Yeah.
We just take it up a few notches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we take it up a few notches, and we have the anxiety and the before and after. Oh, I got one for you. So Riker's not very fast, but he did used to elope. So he has a fascination with doors that he still has.
Yeah.
Like a door that's like those slow closing doors, like at a restaurant. Like he wants to open the door, then he just stands there and watches until it's like and shuts. So he likes that part of it. And I'm a very sound sleeper. And we were at a hotel, I think this was like at the Wilderness, maybe in Tennessee. My pawpaw was there, like several of us. And we had adjoining rooms, so there's a door in between.
Mhm.
Well, I was sound asleep in our room. My pawpaw and whoever else was in that other room. And this was like at 5 in the morning. And my pawpaw always got up early in the morning, would sit there with his coffee. Well, Riker had left my room, and the door shut behind him, and he's walking around in the hallway. Somebody
Oh, no.
found him and was knocking on doors and we didn't even know he was gone. Nobody even knew he was
how
gone.
scary,
Yeah. I don't even know how old he was. Probably like
But that stuff is
10, 11,
Yeah.
12, somewhere
It
around
does
there.
happen.
Yeah.
It happens, and it doesn't mean you did anything wrong. It does
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
Well, then I block doors now. Even
Mhm.
now that he's 21 years old, and he hasn't even messed with the door like that, like when we're on vacation
Mhm.
a long time. But I'm so afraid of going to sleep and the doors not being
Yeah.
blocked. So all like furniture in the hotel, like it's getting moved, wheelchairs in front of it, luggage is in front of it, anything that I can
Yeah.
to block the door.
That
Yeah.
is scary. But they probably have that sense like we do. Like they want to see things. They want
do.
to make
New.
sure. Yeah.
They
it's
want to check
new.
out what's going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Zach would like. We had more like property damage issues.
No, we would.
You never
probably
got
do
your
that.
deposit back, did you?
No. Or I'd have some somebody in there trying to help me repair stuff.
Yeah, you're here like with like drywall putty.
Maybe that's why I figure out
But
how
you're
to
a
do stuff.
DIYer. You're having to like fix all this stuff on vacation.
It may not be good. I might do it. It might not be good. But he would remove all door stops. You made me think of that when you were talking about
funny.
the door. And he would also remove vent covers.
Oh,
Without
just
any
random
tools.
things.
No tools.
Oh, wow.
He just could
He
figure
could
it
just
out.
figure it out. He would just work those little screws a little bit at a time. Next thing you know, that was also at other people, like visiting people. He would also do that at your home. Like we came to see you. He would remove all door stops and vent covers.
That's got to be a skill, though.
That's so funny. He's
That
very
you
like
have to use,
attention to
yeah.
detail.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, Riker would, on a balcony, and like I felt fine with him like going.
balconies.
Well, see, with
Yeah.
Riker, I felt fine with him going out because he didn't have like the physical ability to
Right.
climb or do anything. But you know how you like tie your towels or your swimsuits
Mhm.
on your balcony, to let it dry?
Yeah.
Well, Riker'd be out there like picking, and like the knot, so then my bathing suit would just drop.
Uh,
However many stories. I'm like, thank you
I
for
did
that.
anyway.
Like my bad
he
down
probably
below.
laughs. I bet he laughs. He probably
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
you know he
He's just
did.
sitting there picking at it until it
Yeah.
would come undone. Go find my bathing suit.
They're pickers.
Yeah.
They do. I
Yeah.
think that's like the screws and the
Mhm.
vents. Like they just pick at little
Yeah.
things.
That fine motor skills that they're
and if
working
there's
on.
a loose thread, it's
Done.
over.
Yeah.
That
It's
thing
done.
is gone.
Riker, like I'll get him an outfit, and I don't want him to take the tags off of it until I know that it fits. And if I lay it anywhere near him, he's over there like
Tags are
getting the
gone.
tags off of it. I'm like, well, we're keeping it.
And stickers.
Mhm.
If you buy anything, the sticker comes off even before you get to the checkout.
That is true. That is true. They are pickers.
Mhm.
I didn't really realize that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's bad.
So I'm trying to think, like if we've got, okay, none of us probably ever go on vacation without scoping the place out with our kids too, like knowing what we have to
Mhm.
expect,
Yeah.
like knowing where things are, where's the hospital, is everything accessible,
Mm-hmm.
how close are we to an elevator, how close are we to a Dollar General or a Dollar
Yeah.
Tree,
or Walmart. 'Cause
Walmart.
We've had to stop for
Parking
DVD
the
players.
car
We
in
can't
the
travel
right
without one.
position to make it the easiest
Yeah.
for
yeah,
everything that you need to
Yeah.
load, unload, including them.
or like handicap parking
Yeah.
really not being handicap
Yeah.
accessible.
Yeah.
You know, or not really
Right.
what we need, or trying to push a wheelchair and a luggage cart.
Mhm.
You know, you have to plan really,
Yeah.
really smart.
You really
Yeah.
need a team.
You need a
too.
team.
You need people
It's
to go
hard to
with
do
you.
on your
But they don't
own.
want
or-
to get. I mean, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You're making them work on vacation, so you're not
Yeah.
going to get a lot of people volunteering to go.
I've
with
taken
you.
a friend with me on vacation, and like I'm like, I'll pay for your food, I'll pay for everything. I just need you there,
Right.
so you can sit with Riker, so I can go get in the water with Jake
Yeah.
and Liam, or,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever. You know, sometimes you just have to kind of do those things to
Yeah.
make it work.
Yeah, thank God for good friends, good
Yes.
people,
Yeah.
good people that are just like selfless in their own
Selfless
way,
and
because-
understanding.
and have compassion for
Mhm.
you, because we don't have a lot of compassion for ourselves sometimes, and
No.
so it's kind of
Yeah.
like wow.
You know, we
you.
should normalize going on vacation with our family, and then having vacation when we get back just for us.
Yeah.
Just for moms. Like, just make that a whole part of the
Yeah.
thing. You know,
So.
tell your travel agent, I would like for you to organize a family vacation, and then immediately after a solo
After
trip.
vacations.
Yeah.
Now I have the opposite kind of my family will be like, we're gonna my mom, she goes sometime with us, and she'll be like, me and Noah are just gonna stay here at the hotel. Y'all go.
Y'all go,
Yeah,
enjoy
like,
it.
Yeah, because she knows it's so hard. She's like, he don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. It's too hot. So we're like a team.
Yes, we
Like,
love
my
that.
mom and
Ours
her
Love
Jake
that
doesn't
too.
like it
That's how
either.
my grandparents were too. When we would all go on vacation together, it was nice. And now they've passed away, and that's kind of different now. We don't go on big family vacations, but I do remember those times where you had that extra help,
Mhm.
and that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
So you didn't feel
Yeah.
guilty
Yeah.
Mhm.
because they would rather just sit on the
Yeah.
balcony or sit at home, you know,
I
or sit
had
in the
a-
hotel room.
My ex-mother-in-law, God bless her, that's kind of how she felt about it. You know, at least some nights, you
Yeah.
know. And she was so sweet. She took us to Gatlinburg, right there on the Strip. And you might be familiar with this hotel, and it's got like a penthouse. And since there were several of us, she got that room, and it has like French doors.
Oh,
with
yeah?
glass. So she's like, y'all go on. Me and Zach have got this. We're gonna party in the room. We're like, okay, you know, everything. You sure you don't need? You sure? You know, I'm always
Yeah.
like, I'm probably driving people crazy.
Are you sure? You sure?
Or whatever, because there's stuff. There's stuff.
Yeah.
So I get out there, and you know that strip is packed.
Yeah.
And this is probably something people wouldn't think about, but we look up to that penthouse, those French doors, and we joke that he's body positive.
Body
He likes to
positive.
show it. He likes to
Yes.
show it. And because as soon as we walk through the door, it's down to boxers.
Yeah.
I guess I'm blessed that at least he leaves.
I mean, I put my pajamas on as soon as I get in the house, so I understand.
We look up to that room, and all these, and he's just like hands on the hip, like in his
Checking it
boxers,
out.
His
Yeah.
boxers, looking at everybody,
just chilling, looking at everybody, just
living his
People
best
watching.
life.
Yeah, and he was having people watch him too.
Well, you know what? I mean, I think that we should cheers to us and doing the hard things, taking vacations with our children, but also making sure that we take time for ourselves and treat ourselves too.
Amen.
Amen. Let's go, girls.
Cheers.
Cheers. And that's today's conversation.
If you feel seen, understood, or just a little less alone, share this podcast with someone who needs it too.
No judgment, no perfect answers, no pretending, just real talk.
We said what we said, and we'll keep talking.